A glowing green box in a neighborhood shoe store, a miracle of science used to sell loafers. In the 50s, a simple retail gimmick became a silent hazard that rewrote the laws of radiation. The year is 1952. Main Street is bustling. You're a kid and getting new shoes is an event. In the corner of the shop stands a heavy oak cabinet with a viewing port. It's called a pedescope. You step in, slide your feet into the opening, and look down. Through the viewfinder, you see your own bones wiggling inside your skin. It's fascinating. It's futuristic. But inside that wooden box, an unshielded X-ray tube is firing massive doses of radiation directly into your feet and into the face of the salesman standing right next to you. No one is wearing lead. No one is measuring the dose. It's just good business. By the mid-50s, these machines were used everywhere. Over 10,000 in the US alone. The manufacturers claimed that they were perfectly safe, a way to ensure scientific fitting. But the drift was happening behind the scenes. Doctors began noticing strange burns on shoe salesmen. Researchers realized that children were receiving doses hundreds of times higher than a modern chest X-ray, all for a 5-cent pair of shoes. And this was the fork in the road. If we keep using these machines, radiation stays a toy for retailers. But because the health effects became undeniable, the world hit the brakes. The shoe store mistake forced the medical community to admit that radiation wasn't just a tool, it was a weapon that needed strict boundaries. They traded the convenience of a perfect fit for a hard lesson in invisible physics, never realizing that the cool green glow was a silent threat to their DNA. Within days, machines are unplugged. The oak cabinets are moved to the basement, and the next year, Radiation Protection Acts are drafted. The concept of ALARA, as low as reasonably achievable, is born. 10 years later, lead aprons became standard in every dentist's office. Dosimeters are required for every technician. Every decade, imaging technology gets faster and safer, and we see the unseen without the cost. We look back at the 50s and see a simpler time, but it was actually a time of reckless discovery. We have safe medical imaging today because we were brave enough or foolish enough to play with fire in a shoe store. It's a reminder that progress isn't just about what we build, it's about what we learn to stop doing. Safety isn't just a list of rules, it's a hard-won respect for the forces we can't see. But what if the pedescope was never banned? We continue to use X-rays for everything: hat fittings, jewelry stores, grocery checks. Radiation becomes a background noise of modern life. But without the shoe store scandal, we don't develop the rigorous safety culture of the atomic age. We don't learn to fear the cumulative dose. How many thousands more would have suffered from radiation-induced cancers if we hadn't been forced to regulate those wooden boxes? The retail mistake was a localized hazard that saved millions by teaching us to put a lead shield between us and our curiosity. And this is the ripple of the glowing green foot. The pedescope is a museum piece now, a strange relic of a time when we didn't know better. So what about you? Have you ever looked at a normal part of your childhood and realized just how dangerous it actually was? Share it in the comments below, and if you would like to explore more of these ripples in history and in life, please hit subscribe and join me on the Ripple Trace.